Welcome to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Hennigan, where we're going to cast and blast you right out of this world with some of the best hunting and fishing stories that you can't even imagine.
Welcome to Fish Hunt Talk Radio. This is John Hennigan and our host, Frank Selby. And Frank, gosh, it's such a great time of the year to go fishing.
Rub it in. Just rub it in.
Well, Frank, for a couple of months, we've been inviting people to go up to Alaska. I'm leaving on Sunday, and I'm really looking forward to it, to Ketchikan.
Yeah, I know the silvers are biting like crazy around there.
Oh, well, that's in the spring, it's usually when the pinks are there pretty much most of the year, but the silvers come in usually in August, September. And so we're looking for a bunch of those. And Jenny, who's sitting over here drinking some water, is going up. And she's, let's just say she's over 80, but she's spunky. And we got a little bet on who gets the first one.
Oh, we did we?
Yeah, we did.
I know who's going to win that.
When were we ever going to tell me?
No. Well, it depends if I won or not.
Oh, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're winning, Jenny.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I know it. He doesn't.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this one because it'll be a first. I've been up there, 15 years in a row. And this is our first time at Salmon Falls Resort, which is an upgrade. It's a very nice resort, befitting even a queen like Jenny. So I'm anxious to get there. And it's a beautiful place, just a full-on high-end restaurant, 64 rooms, and just a beautiful place. But being up there, getting on the boat. So we'll talk about it when we get back, and it might be it'll be pretty tight if you want to get up there. I think they close the end of September. But keep that in mind. That's Salmon Falls in Ketchikan, Alaska. Anyway, Frank, you've been out fishing, but we only got about a minute. We got less than a minute.
Yesterday
We got 30 seconds.
I had two clients. One got a firecracker yellowtail.
Good.
Got some sand bass and calico.
That's it for now. We're going to be right back with you. We got a very excitable guest coming up, so stay tuned to Fish Hunt Talk Radio.
The Soft Science footbed absorbs the shock of pounding waves, engine vibration, and even rocky terrain. Soft Science shoes are roomy and relaxed, and they drain and dry quickly. Check out the Soft Science Fin fishing shoes and boots and the Fin H2O for kayaking and canoeing. They're lightweight, slip-resistant, and won't mark your deck. See the new styles for men and women and get your pair on at softscience.com.
It's time for you to take a real fun adventure. Join a hosted fishing adventure to Alaska or Baja with the staff of Fish Talk Radio. Real Fun Adventures can book you on any adventure you desire. Bring your fishing friends or meet new ones. Fish Talk Radio gets the best deals from our sponsors to give you the best possible price. Real Fun trips are inclusive, easy, no-worry packages to the most popular fish grounds. Trips start around $600. Go to REELfunadventures.com.
If you are still using a plastic hard-shell cooler, things have changed for the better. AO coolers are lighter with twice the efficiency of the traditional bulky coolers. AO coolers are the best available soft-sided cooler with 3/4-inch high-density closed-cell foam insulation. They will keep ice frozen for 24 hours in hot weather. Easy to carry, less space, it fits product inside for better performance. Go to aocoolers.com to order or find a retailer. Available at West Marine.
With a long pedigree, the Snowbee brand today offers the very best equipment modern technology can provide. Started in Europe, Snowbee is now providing quality fly fishing gear in the USA. Waders, clothing, rods, reels, fly lines, bags, and innovative new accessories. Enjoy your sport and leisure time more than ever. The affordable value of Snowbee makes it available to everyone. Go to snowbee-usa.com.
Catch 'em shallow, I can catch 'em deep. Open water or the back of the creek. The wind and rain to me is
welcome back to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Hennigan.
This is John Hennigan. And Frank, we have a kind of something we go by, and that's drop your devices and get out in the water with the real thing. Well, guess what? Lenny's come along where we're not going to drop our devices, but we're going to get on the water. And if you don't mind, let's go ahead and let Lenny describe what he's doing. Lenny Strobel from he does the Bass Online Tournament, and it is if you go to the website, it's WhatsApp, WATSAPP, WhatsApp.com, real-time. Now, what is it? Your website is WhatsApp or realtime.com?
John, how are you? Frank, how you doing? Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share this one-of-a-kind nationwide event. It's Real Time USA, and that is the fishing REEL, Real Time USA. This is a nationwide catch and release largemouth bass challenge, and what's so cool about this, John and Frank, is you could fish anywhere in the United States. It could be your local honey hole, lake, stream, pond. You go out, you register online at Real Time USA. You go out 4 hours of fishing, but before you go out and fish that 4 hours, you buy a newspaper that's dated September 21st, because that's when our next nationwide event is taking place.
And that has to be in the picture.
Yep, and then that is going to validate that you're catching these bass before you let them go. It's a catch and release challenge. And last April, 68 took the overall grand prize from Alabama. It was so cool. I actually drove down there to congratulate Sloan Smith, and I gave him all his amazing gift prize. And the overall grand prize for that event, that past April, was Cabo San Lucas for 8 hours fishing. It's amazing, this event.
Now,
that's really good.
Explain, when you don't have someone weighing in the fish or measuring the fish, I would assume that a little bit of trust is involved. But how do you monitor it, and how does it work?
So what's so cool about this is all a catch and release. It doesn't matter how big, how small, how fat, how tall. It doesn't matter. It's all catch and release. They could be 6 inches or 27 inches. It doesn't matter. It's catch and release. And what's really cool is you can identify each bass. So, and yes, it is an honor system. You want this a family-friendly event. You know, you could fish in any lake, pond, boat. We even put in a kayak division and a fly fishing division for our next event. So we're really stoked about that. But more importantly, we're raising awareness and funds for Multiple Sclerosis Society. And what an amazing support system we've gotten from everyone with this. I do a Beat Chef Lenny challenge, which anyone can challenge me anywhere in the country. And you know what? Even in the world, whoever loses donates to Multiple Sclerosis Society. So it's a win-win situation for all. And for every entry in our next event, I donate $1 to Multiple Sclerosis Society. Mm-hmm. And there are over 33 million registered bass fishermen in the United States. So how about that? My goal is to get 1 million in 5 years.
Now, the concept I kind of got, but the mechanics of it, go over that for us.
Okay, so what's cool about this is you actually register online by going to Real Time USA, REEL, Real Time USA. You fill out your registration form, and then that day, September 21st, you'll be filling out a pre-fish form along with a photo of the newspaper that you purchased with September 21st date. You submit that. You click and fill in all the forms, what time slot you'll be fishing, and it's a 4-hour time slot, consecutive 4 hours, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., your local time, your time zone, and you go out and fish 4 hours. You take selfie photos of every bass you catch before you let them go, release them, and then after your 4 hours are done, you go back to the Real Time USA website, and then you fill in your catch report and submit all the photos. And then in a few days, we'll announce the winners. But what's so cool as well, as we're developing this into a bigger and grander and easier and streamlined application, we are introducing our Progressive website app, which will be coming out live soon, and that will be on our website. We go to a link, and you'll have it on your mobile device as an application. So we are super, super excited about taking a giant step with that.
Just so I understand, there's a 12-hour time period. You pick which 4 hours, but it has to be a continuous 4 hours.
Correct. The earliest could be 7 a.m., right? So it would be a 7 a.m. to 11, 8 to 12, 9 to 1, so forth and so on. So you have 4 consecutive hours of fishing. Mm-hmm. And you could fish live bait or artificials, either or. So it's one or the other. You could, or fly, and you could fish by boat, by kayak, and by land. So there's 48 different divisions. It's awesome.
And what does it cost, and what are the potential winnings?
So there's no cash prizes. It's all super amazing gift prizes. So the overall grand prize, whoever catches and releases the most bass in any of the divisions, from the kids to the senior citizens, to the veterans, to the adults and teenagers, they will win a 2-night stay in Lexington, Virginia at Good Place Farms, which is spectacular. You'll see the photos on our website, and you get a full day of guided fishing and some dinner on the farm. It's awesome. You also get a lifelike bass bounce by Fish and Wildlife Unlimited. You get a Real-Time USA dog tag that's engraved. You get Real-Time USA stickers. You get T-shirts, and then all the other winners are going to get $10 gift cards from Walmart, from Dunkin' Donuts, a Mark Ray original, actually a print of a largemouth bass in an American flag. It's beautiful, and so much more. DOA lure package. I mean, the overall grand prize is over $2,000 value. It's incredible, and as far as an entry. So it's broken down. Kids and teens, $10 entry fee. Veterans and senior citizens, $15, and adults is $20. So it's an inexpensive way to getting out with your friends and family and enjoying 4 hours of amazing fishing anywhere in the United States. And you're competing against everyone. It's so cool. I do social media. I do live broadcasting. And raise awareness for multiple sclerosis societies, which I'm so excited about.
Well,
hey, John.
Yes, sir.
I got to pay twice because 90% of the time when I'm fishing, I'm 8 years old. The rest of the time, I'm over 65.
Yeah.
Way old.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to be in it, I don't want to be.
I hope you guys can do it. I hope you guys can and spread the word. I mean, this is such this is so unique. This is one of a kind, John and Frank. I mean, I stumbled on this fishing with a gentleman that was handicapped, and I just observed these kids fishing in the lake, and on the lake, and they were using their phones and doing the social media. I'm like, wait a minute, I want to put something together. So I called my friends up. I got 76 of my friends in 9 different states, and we blew it up in social media. And then I get a message from USA Today newspaper. And 3 days later, they wrote an article on what I'm doing. First ever article on USA Today newspaper that talked about fishing.
Wow. Well, it's really cool because it gets you interested, and you can actually be in a bass tournament.
Yeah.
And, for $10-15. That's awesome.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
And you get national recognition. I mean, you get blown up in magazines. I go to the local newspaper that whatever city, these kids or adults win, or all the winners. I go out there personally. I get in my car and I put the prizes and I drive. So if I'm in Jersey and I got to go to California, well, guess what? I'm headed over to your way to drop off the gift prizes, because I believe in raising awareness and funds and getting this going that door to door, old school. I've had this little slogan: get your kids off the X boxes and into the tackle boxes.
There you go.
But
I like that.
How about that? But you know what?
Good.
You could still do both.
Now, Lenny, we're going to have to go.
I hear you.
Now that's you got the next tournament coming up is when?
September 21st.
Okay.
Saturday.
Well, go to Realtime, REEL, realtimeusa.com.
Yep.
Get registered, get ready to go, and it sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, John, Frank, thank you so much. And please, we got an app going coming up soon, and just some amazing stuff, and a saltwater series and all kinds of good stuff. So check out our website.
Okay, Lenny, we're going to get you back on. We've got a lot more time to spend on this, and we'll keep you posted before September 21st. Lenny, thank you very much, and you are listening to Fish Hunt Talk Radio.
Sleep, drink, and go fishing. Eat, sleep, drink, and go fishing. One more time, said eat, sleep, drink, and go fishing.
Fish on!
That's a big one.
For passionate sports fishermen who value first-class fishing experiences paired with personalized service and amenities, all-inclusive Salmon Falls Fishing Resort on the Inland Passage reinvents the Ketchikan fishing getaway. Guests enjoy exceptional gourmet cuisine, superior fishing excursions, fully guided charter or self-guided in center console boats accommodating 3 anglers, updated guest rooms and suites, on-site fishing processing to clean, freeze, and pack your catch. Rooms range from log cabin rustic to modern. Our 52 rooms offer the ultimate in comfort after a long day of sightseeing, fishing, and exploring Ketchikan. Non-anglers love Salmon Falls too, shopping along Creek Street, kayaking, hiking, whale watching, or gathering around our fire pits with a hot beverage, all at prices less than expected. Just pull up Salmon Falls Resort in your search engine.
The East Cape of Baja, Mexico is world famous for sport fishing. Dorado, tuna, wahoo, marlin, sailfish, roosterfish, and pargo. The Van Wormer Resorts make dreams come true at a price all can afford. Hotel Palmas de Cortez, Playa del Sol, and Hotel Punta Colorado have the biggest and best sport fishing fleet in all of Mexico. Call toll-free to 877-777-TUNA to find out how affordable world-class fishing can be. The finest resorts and the best boats in East Cape. Call 877-777-TUNA.
Vagabundos Del Mar Boat and Travel Club has 42 years experience introducing RVers to the joys of Mexico. Specializing in Baja, Vagabundos leads caravans and sponsors fishing tournaments, trailer boat cruises, and weekend getaways in Mexico and the West. Vagabundos Del Mar also saves its 10,000 members tons of money on low-cost auto insurance. Stay up to date on Mexican travel with the printed newsletter online at vagabundos.com or call 800-474-BAJA.
With a long pedigree, the Snow Bee brand today offers the very best equipment modern technology can provide. Started in Europe, Snow Bee is now providing quality fly fishing gear in the USA. Waders, clothing, rods, reels, fly lines, bags, and innovative new accessories. Enjoy your sport and leisure time more than ever. The affordable value of Snow Bee makes it available to everyone. Go to snowbee-usa.com.
A full-service fly shop, His and Her Fly Fishing, offers FFI-certified international fly fishing instructor and guide service with Frank Selby. Listen to Frank as host of FishHuntTalkRadio.com or listen live Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific Time on SiriusXM Radio Channel 211. Custom flies are handmade to your order in-house in Newport Beach. Fishing in Mexico, Belize, Florida, or the Rockies, Frank and the staff will deliver exactly what you need. Flies and gear. Google His and Her Fly Fishing.
Welcome back to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Hennigan.
This is John Hennigan. And, of course, we have our host, Frank Selby, who has a very special guest that I think he wants to introduce.
Yeah, Steve is up by the Bend, Oregon, and he does a lot of fishing. Hey, Steve, would you give out your address, your email, your
website?
Yeah. You bet. Got it right here. It's my email is Stephen, STEPHEN, at buriedhook.com.
Buried Hook,
and
okay.
Buriedhook.com. And my web address is www.buriedhook.com. And I can also be reached at www.benflyfishingguides.com.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, your name makes everybody think you can take that two ways, buried hook in the finger or in the hook of the jaw.
Well, I'm a barbless hook fisherman, so even if we get a hook or two in the finger, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But mostly in the fish. Yeah, that's the goal. You know, we like to set hooks on lots of fish all the time. We operate our business mostly on the Crooked River, where we do a lot of introductory fishing and a lot of instructional fishing, and it's a really fun time.
Yeah, I hear sometimes on that the kids get 50 fish in a mile or two.
Oh, yeah, you bet. You know, we often have really good numbers like that. I'm not going to say that that's a daily occurrence, but we often, you know, as a group, we often have 50 fish days, and I would say that's, you know, between a 30 and a 50 fish average. It's a nice learning experience for a family or a group of people or anybody trying to just brush up on their skills.
Well,
I know you try a lot with kids.
Oregon's a great place,
Oh, yeah.
but Bend is definitely the star. It's a beautiful area. It's you know, you can go skiing there. They've got incredible lakes and streams. And if you're an outdoors person, even if you're not a hunter or angler, it's just a beautiful place.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I'm very, very fortunate to be located right here in Central Oregon, right in the middle of the state.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really fly fishing heaven over here in the West.
Mm-hmm.
So very, very fortunate for that. I do operate on one of our premier teaching rivers in the state, and that's why we get good results like that. Have a lot of numbers and a lot of fun.
Well, I'd like to ask why the people that are listening, you know, all over the United States and all over the world, why should they come to you, and what do they get when they do?
Well, what I'm offering right now on our river, it's uniquely suited for this type of fishing, and it's a new technique to America, but it's a competition angling technique that Team USA brought back from international tournaments in Europe, and it's the standard nymphing technique over in Europe right now, and has been for decades. But it's kind of a lost art over here in the States. We like to do a lot of indicator fishing, which works really well when you're fishing big rivers way out in front of you and long drifts. But if you're fishing smaller trout streams, which a lot of anglers do, then Euro nymphing is really a superior method, and folks that have learned that are increasing their hookup ratios by, I don't know, 100% or more.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fun. Very
well, what is you
technique.
say Euro method? Does that mean that, okay, you're not using an indicator, but you don't really have to, but, you know, fish don't walk up and grab hold of the lure and they go, I wonder what this is. I think I'll take a bite. And then they chew on it for a while. It doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. So what it is it's more of a contact nymphing technique. And what we're doing is we're often matching the hatch, but a lot of times we're simply force-feeding fish by presenting attractive patterns right in the strike zone.
Mm-hmm.
So your fish are programmed to feed on things that drift at a certain rate of speed and at a certain depth. So if it looks at all attractive, they will bite. And that's what this technique's about. So I often will run one fly to match a hatch and another fly as an indicator, and we just feel the bite.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun.
So you just stand, throw it upstream, and just let it float down on its own, and then just recast it? Or do you follow it?
We do. Well, it's a tight line technique, so it's sort of like high sticking, except there's special cast involved, and everything is extra heavily weighted. So it really...
You mean the fly line or what?
Well, actually, it's kind of a funny thing. It's a very light line with a kind of a sighter leader, so it's a banded leader. And then we use a very thin tippet to cut through the water and get down deep quickly, because a thicker diameter leader or tippet is going to float more. And then using extra heavy flies and using a certain casting technique, we can get those flies on the bottom very fast.
You just roll cast or what?
No, it's actually called a tuck cast is what we're doing. You can't roll cast with this technique because we really are fishing only a leader. There's no line out the tip of the rod whatsoever. Yeah, it's a very new technique, and like I said, this is what Team USA is doing in international competition.
How long is the leader?
We've adopted it for our river. It's a lot of fun.
I'm sorry, how long is the leader?
The leader I'm running is I'm running a 12-foot rod. It's a 12-foot leader on a 10-foot rod, and the rods that we're running are 2- and 3-weight rods, so they're really light.
So it's really, you're fly fishing, but it sounds like you don't really need to be fly fishing.
No, the reel is really there in case you're battling a big fish and he gets away from you. That way you've got something that you can use to handle the fish with. It's very similar to a Japanese-style fishing called tenkara, where they don't use a reel. But what we're doing is we're using a reel. We're using a Czechoslovakian or a Spanish or a French technique, just depending on how you rig it, with what they call a European style nymphing rig.
Well, could you explain that again? Because I'm a little confused. European style being, what's the difference?
Well, the tenkara is the Japanese version, and there's no reel. The line is simply tied to the tip of the rod.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
With the
can't really
bent
battle a
safety
big
pin.
fish that way. If he gets away from you, you're going to have to run after him.
Yeah.
So, what we're doing is we're doing a European-style rod, which is 10 feet long, and it's got a heavy backbone, but a very soft tip.
Yeah, I would have to.
So you can just feel the take, right? You can just feel the bites. It's all about getting your flies into the strike zone as quickly and as often as possible, setting hooks and landing fish as quickly as you can, because you don't really want them to get very far away from you with it.
Yeah, well,
but it's extremely productive, and that's what we're teaching right now out on the Crooked.
Well, if you don't have so much the ability to just hook them and let them run, sounds like you got to act fast and get them in quick.
We try to. When you get on a roll, I actually taught a youth angler, started teaching him when he was 7, and now he's 13, and he is actually the one that's kind of introduced this to me. Funny thing, how that comes back around. But he's a competitive angler, and that's how I picked this technique up. So he and I go out, and we'll have days where, there's maybe 5 to 10 minutes where we're averaging a fish hooked and released every 5 seconds.
Wow.
And it's just a real competitive little battle, and those lead to 100 fish days. It's just remarkable what this technique can do.
That river would have to be thick with fish to do that.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, you bet.
The first the first Chinese, I'm trying to think of the name. They use a real thin silk bone hook with silk fly, and they fish carp that way with a 15-foot on just a straight bamboo, and they had a bamboo reel.
A bamboo
Ming
reel?
Dynasty, the first Ming Dynasty.
Wow.
And they got that out of the burial grounds. So they were the first to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's fascinating. And I'm sure that these techniques
you can look
are very
it up.
similar.
It is. That's why I was
great.
thinking, and I started looking real quick.
That's interesting, Frank.
Well, Frank, I didn't know you were around that far back.
Hey, watch out there. No, I'm 2 days older in dirt.
Yeah. But anyway, we've only got about a minute. But again, you go right out of Bend, because Bend's real easy to get to. It's a very popular place.
Bend's right in the middle of Oregon, and we're operating 40 miles east of Bend on the Crooked River.
So you fly in and you pick them up, you take them out, and what do you do for accommodations or lodging?
Well, there's a lot of places to stay. There's a lot of really nice dining and hotels and resorts in the Bend area. And usually what we do is I meet people at the fly shop. Oh, I'd like to give a shout-out to the Patient Angler Fly Shop real quick, right in the middle of Bend. And that's where I operate out of.
Okay.
And I usually meet my clients there, and they just follow us out to the river. It's only about a 40-minute drive.
Okay, so you take just whoever shows up. You take what, 2 to 4 people, or 1 to 2?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I typically can guide up to 4 myself, but I do have, like I said, I fish often with a competitive angler who's a really great guide and training.
We're gonna have to let you go. The website one more time. The website is.
Yeah, www.buriedhook.com.
Buriedhook.com.
And I can also be reached at Stephen@buriedhook.com.
Stephen@buriedhook.com. Okay. Thank you, Stephen. We appreciate that. You are listening to Fish Hunt Talk Radio, and we will be back. Frank, hang on.
Jigging them up, drop them down, let them go. Jigging them up, yeah, jigging them up. Line them up, everybody. Time to head back to the barn. You too, Murphy.
The road stretches for miles in front of you, and with the Ram 1500, you'll be able to reach mile after open mile. It gets a best-in-class 25 miles per gallon highway, so your destination won't just be determined by your gas gauge, but by your gauge for achievement. And the Ram 1500 is the first ever back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Guts, glory, Ram. See your local Ram dealer today for great deals. EPA estimated 25 mpg highway based on V6 4x2.
A full-service fly shop, His and Her Fly Fishing, offers FFI certified international fly fishing instructor and guide service with Frank Selby. Listen to Frank as host of FishHuntTalkRadio.com or listen live Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific Time on SiriusXM Radio Channel 211. Custom flies are handmade to your order in-house in Newport Beach. Fishing in Mexico, Belize, Florida, or the Rockies, Frank and the staff will deliver exactly what you need. Flies and gear. Google His and Her Fly Fishing. A few years ago, a sailor set out to design a boat shoe that was comfortable and stable, non-skid, and wouldn't mark the decks. Today, these incredibly comfortable shoes are worn by anglers, boaters, professional guides, and charter captains. Go to softscience.com to see more. Soft Science shoes and boots are lightweight and shock absorbent with just the right level of support. Several styles come in all sizes. Enjoy the Soft Science shoe in the water and out. Check them out at softscience.com. Alaskan RV Butler. Guiding, fishing, hiking, sightseeing, adventure. The Alaskan RV Butler. Like a cruise on wheels in the comfort of an RV, view the wonders of Alaskan interior, streams, ocean, and wildlife. Or fish for the big one, all while pampered by Mike, the Alaskan RV Butler. Mike's inclusive tours serve butter-drenched shellfish and mouth-watering steaks. Mike is your personal chef, chauffeur, guide, and planner. And for the real Alaska, contact MikeRVButler@gmail.com. That's MikeRVButler@gmail.com.
It's time for you to take a real fun adventure. Join a hosted fishing adventure to Alaska or Baja with the staff of Fish Talk Radio. Real Fun Adventures can book you on any adventure you desire. Bring your fishing friends or meet new ones. Fish Talk Radio gets the best deals from our sponsors to give you the best possible price. Real Fun trips are inclusive, easy, no-worry packages to the most popular fish grounds. Trips start around $600. Go to REELFunadventures.com.
Welcome back to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Hennigan.
This is John Hennigan, and of course we have our host Frank Selby. And today, I'm going to try this. Joe Aslanian, who fishes the Gunnison River area, which is very, very well known throughout the world. But Frank, you and Joel, I think, are familiar with each other. So why don't you go ahead and introduce Joe and find out what he's got going?
Yeah, it's Joel with an L.
Did I say Joe? Okay, Joel. Thank you.
Okay, first thing I'd like you to do is get out your website and how to get in touch with you, and then we're going to start talking about cut bows.
Cut bows.
Okay.
Go ahead, Joel.
Go ahead.
Okay, that's
Our website is GunnisonRiverGuides.com.
Oh, that should be easy. Gunnison River Guides with an S. GunnisonRiverGuides.com.
That's it.
What's the best time to come up and fish with you?
Everybody asks that question. I would say we have a lot of good times, but it's hard to beat a good green drake catch. Last couple weeks of June, first couple weeks of July for our drift fishing. That's probably our best dry fly of the year.
Yeah. And
but it's cool. We also get the salmon are in the river right now, so in a couple weeks they'll start spawning, and it's kind of like a little mini Alaska where all the trout start to eat eggs, and so fall's a good time as well.
Well, Gunnison is in a beautiful area. What is the elevation of Gunnison? It's a little bit up there, isn't it?
I think the town of Gunnison's like 7,300.
Oh, it is way
like
up there. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the lowland.
Yeah. All right. So it's
the only place I know that I can't fish from January 1st to December 31st.
Well, is it starting to get cold up there yet?
No.
Yeah.
In the morning it's cooling off, and it actually feels pretty good in the morning. So yeah, it's starting to cool off already. But yeah, there's only two spots in the valley that stay ice free: the Taylor Catch and Release, and then the Roaring Judy Fish Hatchery are the two places we can fish 12 months. But other than that, usually we get a good hard freeze.
Oh yeah, I like fishing at fish hatcheries.
Yeah.
No, not inside there, John.
Oh,
whatever, down the river.
Okay. Whatever it takes.
But yeah, I got two questions.
Sure.
First, how many guys you got working with you? If you had to.
We've got 6 full-timers right now. So we're kind of we're a little smaller operation for our area, but it's good. We got good quality.
So you can bring 12 clients that could come up at one time.
Yeah,
one group.
We do some bigger groups and some bigger fundraiser type stuff. We're doing risers for Rhett here next month, and that'll be like 15 wades and 15 floats. So we kind of outsource and work with everybody else on those big events.
Yeah. Joel, we know that Gunnison is world famous for the different rivers and lakes. Yeah. Anyway, what else species do you have?
Well, in the Gunnison River, which we float, that's our bread and butter trip, is float trip. We get browns, rainbows. Browns are probably 60-40 browns to rainbows, I guess. And then the cutbows. We used to have cutthroat 20 years ago. There was still a good population of them, but they've slowly crossbreeded with the rainbows, and you don't really catch any more pure cut. And then the high country, we got brook trout and cutthroat, and in the reservoir there's lake trout, perch, some northern pike. But we mainly fish browns and rainbows.
And you have some little feeder streams around there you fish?
A ton of that type of stuff. Lots of good 2 and 3 weight water if you want to get out away from everybody. There's a lot of opportunity for that.
That's what I really wanted you to touch on a little bit, because a lot of us old timers like to have nobody in 40 feet from either way.
When I first moved to town about 20 years ago, I couldn't fish around other people. I don't know what that's called, if there's a condition or something, but I couldn't do it. And so that's about all I did was hiked in high mountain lakes and little creeks, and man, there's a lot of beautiful area out here to do that.
I know. That's why I wanted you to talk a little bit about the feeder streams in there.
Okay, so you get salmon. Do you have golden trout up there? That's pretty high.
I don't think so. I don't think we have goldens. There's some greenback cutthroat that are rare, that are in some of the lakes and stuff, some of the high mountain lakes, but I'm not positive on the goldens. I don't think so.
The greenbacks are protected all over, aren't they?
Yep. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Endangered species, but they're there. You can still catch them.
Well, what about steelhead and some of the? Well, you got I don't know how many different types of trout, but you normally go after the rainbows.
Yep. We have Blue Mesa Reservoir that kind of acts. They're not steelhead by any means, but like right now, the salmon are really pushing up the river, and they drag some nice trout out of the reservoir with them up into the Gunnison, the East, and the Taylor rivers. So you can see big, bright rainbows right in there with the kokanee, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's cool. It's like a mini Alaska run. The salmon, they probably get the kokanee. They get 15 to 19 inches is your run of the mills, and but they're real bright and hot right now.
Yeah, they're fun and they're tasty. Yeah, it's the reds.
Yeah, they'll get kind of dark purple in the Gunnison for some reason. But once they're in here for a while, they don't give you quite the thrill of, and they're so thick that it's kind of like, we catch a couple for pictures and whatnot, and then we move back on to the trout.
It doesn't sound like you need to plant in. Most all of the fish that you're finding are native fish.
Yeah, most of them are wild, but they do stock rainbows. They've been stocking Hoffer rainbows, which is whirling disease-resistant fish that grow real fast. So we've been, and they're really doing pretty well. And I know they stock. I don't know how many or if it's every year, but we have a lot of wild fish as well. So it's not nearly what do you call it? A put and take type of fishery or anything. A lot of wild fish.
Well, when you go up there, obviously you're going to, like most anglers, you're going to release. You're not going to keep 50 trout in a day anyway, of course. But no. You take some for dinner, or what is it? You normally do.
Yeah, they've got the regulations pretty good here. We're like half of the float we do. You can keep 2 browns. They got to be over 16, and then the rest of it, but the other half is 4 fish, any size, any species.
Well, it sounds like
not a ton, and it's almost all catch and release by choice around here.
But that's real trophy fishing.
Yeah, man. There's I'd say that one of the coolest things about the Gunnison is you can catch 3-inchers and you can catch a 30-incher. There's that range of fish. We don't catch a lot of 30-inchers, but they're in there. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool. It keeps you on your toes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, if you wouldn't mind, give us some methods that you use for the different fish.
The what methods?
Yes.
Well, I'm kind of just taking a short break from my trip today, and we started off dry fly. Good old Parachute Adams and an elk hair caddis just got it done this morning for us, and now we're on to dry dropper because that slowed up. The streamer fishing can be really good. It's kind of feel it out each day and really see what they're really keyed into. But nymph fishing's going to work pretty good as well.
How's your client doing that?
They're doing great, man. I got a total beginner in the front, and the guy in the back's been a handful of times, and they both got 10 or 12 to the net, I would say.
Well, Joel, are they with you right now?
I'm under a little gazebo here. They're kind of still.
Oh, I was going to say, if you want to put them on there, that's fine. But we've only got less than 2 minutes.
It's a little noisy down by the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand.
Here, I'll walk down there. We'll have them say hi.
Well, yeah, the Gunnison really is. I mean, there are places.
Greg, say hi.
Oh, we're having a great day out here on the Gunnison.
There you go. What is your name? You're famous now.
Clay said he wants to do a fishing raft.
What?
If you have time for that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, ready?
There you go.
No, I'm totally putting him on the spot.
All right, we got 15 seconds.
I thought he was going to do it.
15 seconds. Go ahead and do it quick.
No, I was just kidding.
Well, how about doing a fishing dance?
Yeah, we're definitely doing that. Do the dance. That's when the line gets tangled on your foot.
Yeah.
Joel, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you guys.
Tell
your clients we thank them too.
And to get there, can you fly into Gunnison, or where do you normally go to get there?
Yeah, you can. Gunnison's definitely the closest. Nice little airport. And then there's Montrose Junction, and Denver is about 4 hours.
Okay. Well, we're going to let you go. That sounds like a lot of fun, and keep doing what you're doing, and good luck this afternoon. You are listening.
I'll call you tonight.
All right, you are listening to Fish Hunt Talk Radio. Go to the website and listen to us as many times as you want, and we'll be back with you in just a minute. Wrap it up.
The Soft Science footbed absorbs the shock of pounding waves, engine vibration, and even rocky terrain. Soft Science shoes are roomy and relaxed, and they drain and dry quickly. Check out the Soft Science Fin fishing shoes and boots and the Fin H2O for kayaking and canoeing. They're lightweight, slip-resistant, and won't mark your deck. See the new styles for men and women and get your pair on at softscience.com. Used by fishermen who know where to get the best fishing gear around, AFTCO makes the highest quality fishing rod components worldwide. If it says AFTCO, you know you have a quality rod. Guy Harvey Clothing, the best outdoor clothing line anywhere, is also available through AFTCO. Longest lasting, functional, and best looking clothing you'll be proud to wear. Only the very best materials and workmanship. As soon as you put it on, you'll know the difference. Look for AFTCO at quality retailers or go to aftco.com. Fish on!
It's a big one.
For passionate sports fishermen who value first-class fishing experiences paired with personalized service and amenities, all-inclusive Salmon Falls Fishing Resort on the Inland Passage reinvents the Ketchikan fishing getaway. Guests enjoy exceptional gourmet cuisine, superior fishing excursions, fully guided charter or self-guided in center console boats accommodating 3 anglers, updated guest rooms and suites, on-site fishing processing to clean, freeze, and pack your catch. Rooms range from log cabin rustic to modern. Our 52 rooms offer the ultimate in comfort after a long day of sightseeing, fishing, and exploring Ketchikan. Non-anglers love Salmon Falls, too. Shopping along Creek Street, kayaking, hiking, whale watching, or gathering around our fire pits with a hot beverage, all at prices less than expected. Just pull up Salmon Falls Resort in your search engine.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I can catch them shallow, I can catch them deep. Muddy water or the back of the creek. Wind and rain to me, it's all the same. I make a living playing this game, and I thank the Lord above every time I can. I get to be a fisherman. Yeah, I'm a fisherman.
Welcome back to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Hennigan.
This is John Hennigan and our host, Frank Selby. Frank, gosh, it's so much fun to do the show with you. We've had some great guests today, and it's just been a lot of fun. We had, of course, Lenny, Mr. Excitable. What a great idea. Just, you can be in a bass tournament anywhere in the world and compete and win some prizes and help support, was it muscular dystrophy? Is that what he does?
I think it's multiple sclerosis.
Oh, multiple sclerosis, MS, yeah. And it's just a lot of fun. And, for 10, 15, $20, and you're competing with a lot of people. But there's a lot of prizes, and everybody gets something. So just a fun thing to do, and you can say that you fished in a bass tournament. Or even won a bass tournament.
That.
There you go. And that was at REEL Time USA, Real Time USA. Go to the website and sign up. And
are you going to have tournament up there in Alaska this next week?
Well, yeah, but the winner's been
Salmon Falls.
Yeah, the winner's been predetermined. I make the rules.
I know who's going to win. There's a girl sitting there who's going to win.
Yeah, she's. You know, I could say it's always better lucky than good.
Yeah. Hey, you know, the old saying is 30% equipment, 30% of skill,
and 30% dumb luck.
Yeah, sir, 40% dumb luck.
Yeah. But I have to tell you, Jenny, we're not going to tell you because she's a bit sensitive. But Jenny is game. She's an 85-year-old lady, and she's going to go salmon fishing next. Well, we're leaving Sunday to go up to Ketchikan, Alaska, and it wouldn't surprise me a bit if she does get the first and the biggest and the most fish.
The time I went out, what did she beat us?
Yeah.
She got the first fish.
Yeah. That was fly fishing. Yeah. But so you know, it just goes to show you're as old as you want to be. You know, she might be.
You're as young as you want to be, not as old.
Well, there you go. Well, for me, it's old. But anyway, you know, just she's going to be in a wheelchair most of the time. But you know, we'll sit her down and put a rod in her hand, and I'm sure she's going to enjoy it.
Enjoy it. She's going to kick everybody's backside.
Yeah, and probably send some pictures.
He is nuts.
I'm nuts?
Yep.
Oh, you're not going to be in a wheelchair?
Right.
Okay.
There's such a thing as a ground.
Oh, no, not when you're on a boat.
There's such a thing as a boat.
Yeah.
You got it, Vinny.
Yeah.
Give him hell.
There you go. Okay, anyway, we're looking forward to that. And by the way, while I'm gone, who's going to host the show, Frank?
It'll just be me and Mark.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure you're probably already looking at some fantastic guests that you're going to bring on for us. So,
yeah, I've already got a couple lined up, but I'm not telling until next week.
Well, it's so great to be able in the situation where I can take off and, you know, don't have to worry about it, don't have to line up the guests. Of course, you usually do that anyway. And, you know, just take it off and I know it gets done.
Yeah, either way, we both take off once in a while. You take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
I take care of it when you're gone.
Right.
It's really great with having a guy like you as the production manager.
Well, that's Mark. But anyway, we got about a minute, Frank. And also, I will mention we are going to Salmon Falls in Ketchikan, Alaska. A lot of people you're invited, but most of you didn't come with us, so that was stupid. But maybe we'll try it again next year, and we'll let. We had some changes at the last minute, but we'll give plenty of time notice for next year.
My son's is coming,
and let us know if. You and her son and daughter-in-law are coming up. And anyway, if anybody wants to go to Cabo, I'm going to do that. Not a special organized trip, but if you want to go to a beautiful condo right next to the marina downtown at a very, very, very discounted price, get in touch with me, John at fishtalkradio.com. And you are listening to Fish Hunt Talk Radio, and I guess we got to get out of here, right, Mark? Okay, we got to get out. Thank you, Frank. Go to the website. Go to the website and listen to the show.